Hi guys, I'm Good Geographer, and welcome to my Lucio guide. I don't know why it took me so long to make a guide for Lucio, as he's my most played hero and I love playing him, but I think I just wanted to get better at making guides, so that this video is the best it could be. But in saying that, if you enjoy the video or learn something new, why not leave a like and subscribe? It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps my channel grow. Lucio is one of the original supports in the game, and from the start he was a very proactive role when supporting his team. His unique ability to speed boost his team gave him a unique spot in any comp that wants to have close quarter fights. His mobility isn't the best in the game out of any character, which allows him to get anywhere on the map he needs to be in fights. It allows him to successfully peel backline threats and then 2 seconds later become a backline threat. And to me, his mobility is what makes him such a fun character. But with that said, let's get straight into his kit. Lucio's primary fire is Sonic Amplifier. This weapon is a 4-round burst weapon. Each round of the burst will do 20 damage and it can headshot. It can shoot a burst every 0.93 seconds, and the weapon holds 20 ammo and takes 1.5 seconds to reload. But these shots have slow moving projectiles, which makes this one of the hardest weapons in the game to use. The projectiles move at the same speed as Sigma's hyperspheres, so they do require leading at mid range and a lot at long range. Lucio's first ability is Soundwave, but everyone just calls it Boop. When activated, Lucio will knock back anyone who is in front of him. This knockback has a max reach of 8 meters and has the same strength no matter the range. Also, the boop direction will be in the direction Lucio is looking, so if you look up, the target will get more height, and if you look down, the target will go less far. This ability deals 25 damage and has a 4-second cooldown. Lucio's second ability is Crossfade. This is less than an ability and more of a passive, but you can still activate it. This ability will provide either a speed boost or healing in a 12 meter radius around Lucio at all times. Activating the ability will switch Crossfade from heals to speed and from speed to heals. The passive healing is 16 healing per second for an ally and 12 to yourself. The speed boost is a flat 25% to everyone. This is Lucio's bread and butter and is why he can be so proactive, as his main utility is a passive that he can swap at will. Lucio's third ability is Amp It Up. When activated, the ability will enhance Crossfade, increasing its effectiveness. Amp It Up will make Lucio's passive healing heal for 52 a second on allies and 40 on himself. It will also make his speed boost increase to a flat 60%. This effect will last for 3 seconds and has a 12-second cooldown. Lucio's ultimate ability is Sound Barrier. When activated, Lucio will do a small jump in the air and then slam his weapon into the ground and emit a sonic wave. This wave will provide any ally within 30 meters a shield worth 750 health. These shields will decay at a constant 125 shields per second and will be fully gone at 7 seconds maximum. Also note that Sound Barrier can only be applied when in line of sight of Lucio. Also, enemy barriers do block line of sight, so do be careful. Finally is Lucio's passive, which is Wall Ride. Wall Ride gives Lucio the ability to skate along any wall in the game. Lucio can also jump off the wall to gain a 30% speed boost. This speed boost is also given in the direction Lucio is looking. So if he looks up, he will have a higher jump, and by looking down, he will achieve a lower jump. This sounds like a simple ability, yet in my opinion it is one of the strongest, most complex and fun abilities in the game, and is what sold me on Lucio to become my main. That's everything to do with Lucio's kit, and as you can see, he's a very simple character to pick up, and you can get great value with him, as he's got such a low skill floor, which just means the amount of skill required to start to play the character. This allows newer players to still have fun and help their team, despite not being the most experienced or mechanically skilled. However, Lucio also has an endless skill ceiling, which means that he is almost impossible to master, which always allows for more improvement. Having both a low skill floor and a high skill ceiling is the best design for a character. It allows everyone to enjoy a character and makes them valid in every skill bracket, no matter what skill level you are, and Lucio will always be a good choice if you're good enough. Okay, so how do we go about using these abilities to get the most out of Lucio? Well, we first need to understand that Lucio needs to be proactive to achieve more value than other supports. You need to utilize your mobility to provide assistance to any ally that needs it, and use your CC and damage to duel and pressure opponents. Now some of you may have been confused when I said duel opponents as Lucio. You may be thinking he's a support and he has no right being able to 1v1 anyone, but he can. His speed boost and healing give him so much sustain that you can just dodge and heal all damage, while dealing moderate damage yourself. Most of the time you don't even need to kill someone, but it's just about the pressure that you apply onto them that counts. Since you give your utility and healing passively, you have the freedom to eliminate an opponent from fights, and even if you don't kill them, you have taken their attention and their resources. But dueling is not your role, and many Lucios have forgotten this. This can mostly be found on Reddit, as that's where they've gotten their name, the Reddit Lucio. These Lucios have selected to ignore their team, and just go for those highlight plays. And why not just pick DPS if you're going to do that? Don't forget to peel and assist your team, and only go for a duel if you can validate leaving your team for a bit. Talking about healing, you are the second best support in the game for this. If your teammates are getting attacked, you can easily amp speed boost them to safety and then swap to heals to keep them safe. You can also boop any enemies away if they get too close again. Doing this will secure more one fights and less needless deaths. Okay, but let's talk about one of the most expressionable skills in Overwatch, war riding. There is so much complexity that goes into war riding that I could not cover everything in just this one video. So here is just some of my tips and advice. First, bounce scroll wheel down or up to jump. This just allows you to spam jump on a wall for a constant speed boost, and is how Lucios achieve the speed they do. Second is to remember the direction that you're looking affects the momentum when jumping off a wall. So if you need to jump high, look up, and if you need to keep your head low, look down. Learn rollouts or how to at least roll out effectively. There are plenty of videos out there on how to do this, and I recommend you check them out. But by combining all these aspects, you will achieve mobility that is unrivaled by other characters, but this can only be achieved by practice. So make sure you are constantly trying to improve. Something that is unique to Lucio is his friction in the game. Lucio slides along the ground, which means he will keep his momentum when he let go of a movement key. This allows you to keep his speed boost increased by bunny hopping along the ground, and will help you cover large distances. Your ult can be used to save your entire team from being wiped. However, since it has a cast time and needs to be done prematurely, it can also be cancelled during the cast time, so don't waste it. Stick by your team. The more people in your aura, the more value we're getting. Staying with your team allows you to enable full team engages and disengages with your amped speed boost. Using this as a team is so strong, so don't forget to try and have as many teammates in your aura as possible, as it just means more value. In the end, Lucio is a highly flexible support that allows you to play him in almost any situation, but only if you make the correct situation and have the skill to pull off large plays. You can still get value on him just by existing, but at higher ranks this just isn't enough. Just make sure that you remember that you are support, not a pure duelist. Anyway guys, that's all I have for my Lucio guide. I hope that you all enjoyed, and if you did, why not leave a like and subscribe? It doesn't cost you anything and helps my channel grow. But if you have any questions or have an idea for a video, why not leave it down below? But till next, see you then.
My phone lights up, but it's never you. I can't help but feel so lonely, and all these things that I can't